Start.
Start.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to online education. We will start our day with a meditation. So, sit straight. Close your eyes. Join your hands. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Rub your hands. Put on your eyes. And open your eyes slowly. Feeling fresh? Okay. Now we will start a warm-up activity. Okay. So listen carefully first. Choo choo wah wah. Choo choo wah. Choo choo wah. Choo choo wah wah wah. Stretch your arms. Stretch your arms. Stretch your arms. Choo choo wah. Choo choo wah. Choo choo wah wah wah. Again. Stretch your arms.
Stretch your arm.
No, don't repeat it. Don't repeat it now. You just listen to me, okay? Listen. Stretch your arms. Stretch your arms. Stretch your arms. Make a fist. Make a fist. Make a fist. Choo choo wah. Choo choo wah. Choo choo wah wah wah. Stretch your arms. Stretch your arms. Stretch your arms. Make a fist. Make a fist. Make a fist. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Choo-choo-wah. 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 Choo-choo-wah-wah-wah. Okay? Now follow me. Okay? Choo-choo-wah. 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 Choo-choo-wah-wah-wah. Choo-choo-wah. Choo-choo-wah. Choo-choo-wah-wah-wah. Choo-choo-wah, choo-choo-wah, choo-choo-wah-wah-wah. Choo-choo-wah, choo-choo-wah, choo-choo-wah-wah-wah. Stretch your arms. Stretch your arms. Stretch your arms. Choo-choo-wah, choo-choo-wah, choo-choo-wah-wah-wah. Choo-choo-wah, choo-choo-wah, choo-choo-wah-wah-wah. Make a fist. Make a fist. Make a fist. Choo-choo-wah, choo-choo-wah, choo-choo-wah-wah-wah. Choo-choo-wah, choo-choo-wah, choo-choo-wah-wah-wah. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Choo-choo-wah, choo-choo-wah, choo-choo-wah-wah-wah. Choo-choo-wah, choo-choo-wah, choo-choo-wah-wah-wah. Get it? Got it? Okay. Now repeat after me and follow me. Repeat after me and follow me. Okay? Choo-choo-wah, choo-choo-wah, choo-choo-wah-wah-wah.
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 Cucuma, 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 lama.
Stretch your arms.
Stretch your arm.
Stretch your arms.
Stretch your arms.
Stretch your arms.
Stretch your arms.
Chuchuwa, 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 wa, wa. Chuchuwa, 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 wa, wa.
Chuchua, 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 wa, wa. Chuchua, 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 wa, wa.
Make a fist.
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 Chuchuwa, 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 wa, wa. Chuchuwa, 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 wa, wa.
Chuchua, 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 wa, wa. Chuchua, 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 wa, wa. Chuchuma, 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 mama. Chuchuma, 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 mama.
Stretch your arms.
Stretch your arms.
Make a fist.
Make a fist.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs,
Thumbs up.
thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Chuchuwa, 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 wa, wa. Chuchuwa, 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 wa, wa.
Chuchua, chuchua,
Chuchua, wa, wa. Chuchua, chuchua, wa, wa.
Stretch your arms.
make your arms.
Stretch your arms.
Stretch your arms.
Stretch your arms.
Stretch your arms.
Make a fist.
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 Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Chuchuwa, 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 wa, wa. Chuchuwa, 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 wa, wa.
Chuchuma, 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 wa, wa. Chuchuma,
Chuchuma, chuchuma, wa.
Stretch your arms.
stretch your arms.
Make a fist.
Make a fist.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Chuchuwa.
Chuchuma.
Chuchuwa.
Chuchuma,
Chuchuwa.
chuchuma,
Chuchuwa, 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 wa, wa.
Chichua, 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 wa, wa. Chichua,
Stretch your
chichua,
arms.
chichua.
Stretch your arms.
Stretch your arms.
Make a
Make a
thumbs up.
thumbs up.
Chuchuwa, 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 wa, wa. Chuchuwa, 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 wa, wa.
Chichua, 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 wa, chichua, chichua, wa, wa.
Good. Did you enjoy the activity?
Yes.
Good. Now we will see our today's topic. बृहन्मुंबई महानगरपालिका presents Education for All. I am Shweta from Dharavi Transit Camp Marathi Municipal School, Standard 6, Subject English. And today's our topic is Make Your Own Stories. Make your own stories, okay? Okay, so it's story time. We will see the story. Do you like the stories?
Yes, madam.
Good. Now today we are going to see only stories. Okay? And one more thing is there. You will get to know afterwards. Okay? So see, do you see this picture? What do you see in this picture?
The man is stand one man,
Huh?
one house,
Okay. Oh,
cloud, so
okay.
many.
For cold.
Okay. Now we will read. Okay. Who will read it?
I
Who will read it?
the wise man built his house upon the rock.
Okay. Now where is the man standing?
Built this house.
No, where is the man standing? Standing? Where is he standing?
Rock.
Yes,
Rock.
very good. He's standing on the rock. And what did he build?
He built.
Yes,
He built his house.
very good. He built his house. Very nice, Beta. And he is a wise man. Do you know the meaning of wise man? Wise means clever. Na? Wise means clever. Okay. Okay. Now, what do you see in this picture? Is there any difference between those pictures?
Yes.
Yeah.
In
Raining.
first picture, we saw the sun. And here, what is the difference?
Rain.
It's raining. Very good. It's raining. Very nice. Now, who will read it?
And the rain came tumbling down.
Tumbling down.
Tumbling down. Na? And the rains came tumbling down. Tumbling down means fall sudden, suddenly, fall sudden, and without control. Without control, rains came tumbling down. Okay, fall sudden. Okay. See, the rains came tumbling down. So what had happened over here?
The rain come down and the
And
fields come up.
Very
Rain
good.
came
The
down
rain
and the
came
flood
down.
came up.
Now listen, beta. The rain came down and the flood came up. See, there everywhere flooded. No? Floods came up. No? When rains came down, the floods came up. Huh? Okay, now next. The rains came down and the floods came up. Then also we can see the house. It stood up firm. It stood up firm. You stood. The house is on the rock and it stood firm. Okay. The house is still there. Now see this picture.
The foolish man built house upon the sand.
Okay, the foolish man built his house upon the sand. Where did the foolish man build his house?
on the sand.
Yes, upon the sand. You know the sand. Okay, upon the sand. Okay, the house is upon the sand. Okay. Next. And again the rains came tumbling down. Now, here also the rains came tumbling down.
Tumbling down.
So what had happened now?
मम्मी
Okay.
आज मोठं कलर आहे
Same thing happened here. Switch off your viewers. Please switch off your speakers. Yes, good. Good girls, good boys, good students. Okay. Now again the same thing is happening over here. Okay, the rains came down and floods came up. No? Rains came down and the floods came up. Now, what happened over here? We will see. What happened over here? See, what happened? Is there
And the house
on
on the sand.
See, again look at the picture.
And the
What
house.
happened? See, when the rains came down, the floods came up. And what happened? What happened? See, oh, the house on the sand washed away. No? And the house on the sand washed away. Because the foolish man built his house on the sand. When the rain came down and the floods came up, the house on the sand washed away. Okay. So, did you like the story?
Yes. Yes, madam.
Okay, but you know, this is the story in the form of poem. In my last lesson, in my previous lesson, I had told you that there is one more way to write the poem. Remember? There is one more way to write the poem. So this is the way. We can write the story in a form of poem. So this was a poem, but we read it as a story because we can write the stories in a form of poem. So I kept my promise. No? I kept my promise. Okay, now we will sing this poem.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock, and the rains came tumbling down. Now repeat after me. Repeat after me. The wise man built his house upon the rock.
The wise man pulled his
Man built house upon the rock.
Not bold. Listen. Build. B-U-R-L-T. Build. Repeat after me. Build. Build. Okay, good. The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock, and the rains came tumbling down.
The wise man built his house upon a rock. The wise man built his house upon a rock. The wise man
and
built
open
his
the rock,
house upon a
and
rock.
the rain come
And the rain came
down.
down.
The rains came down and the floods came up. And the rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. And the house on the rock stood firm.
The rains come down and force and the up. The rains come down and the force come the up. The rains come down and the force above up. And
The house on the rock
stood firm.
Okay, now C-A-M-E came. Repeat after me. C-A-M-E came. Came. F-L-O-O-D-S floods.
floods.
Floods. And F-I-R-M firm. Firm. Very good. Now, next we will see. Okay. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. The foolish man built his house upon the sand, and the rains came tumbling down.
The foolish man built his house upon the sand. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. And the rain comes tumbling down.
Okay. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rain came down and the floods came up, and the house on the sand washed away. And the house on the sand washed away.
The
And the
rains come
house
down.
on the sand washed away. Okay, did you like the poem? Now we will see the story. Okay, now we will see the story. Okay, the same story means the same poem we will see in the form of story. But before going to our story, I will please switch off your mic, please. Switch off. Okay, mute your speakers. Mute your speakers, please.
Okay, ma'am.
Good. Now we will see tips to write your own story. How we can write a story? We need to have tips. So, first, beginning or introduction. This is the first step. Okay, beginning or introduction. Then second thing is characters. We saw two characters in our story, in our poem. Wise man and the foolish man. Two characters were there. Now third one is main part. What was the main part? The wise man built his house upon the rock, and the foolish man built his house on the sand. That was the main part. Then fourth one, conclusion. What was the conclusion? Because the wise man built his house on the rock. When rains came down, floods came up, then also the house stood firm. That was the conclusion. But the house on the sand washed away. Okay, and the last one is heading. Every story should have a heading. Okay, so these are the tips to write your own story. Okay, now we will see the story. Okay. Now, this is our title. This is our heading. The wise man and the foolish man. Okay. Now we are writing a story, right? That was the poem. But now we are writing the story. Who will read it? Now one. Only one person. One student will read it. Okay. Who will read it? Raise your hands.
Once upon a time, there were two men. One was wise and one was foolish. The wise man built his house on the rock, and the foolish man built his house on the sand. One day, suddenly, it started raining.
Started raining. Okay. Heavily.
And was foolish
No, no.
everywhere.
Listen. And was flooded everywhere. Flooded everywhere.
And was flooded everywhere. But the house on the rock stood firm, and the house on the sand fell flat.
Okay. Now this is the story. But in this lesson, we are going to make our own story. So can we make our own story on this only topic? Yes. But we can change little bit. We can change the end. Okay. Then once upon a time, there was two men. I am elicit it. Okay, I am going to eliciting it. Elicit it. Now tell me two names of the boys. Two names. Tell me two names of the boys. Now we are going to write our story, right? So we
Ramesh and Mahesh.
Ramesh and Mahesh. Okay. So we will write once upon a time there were two men. One is Mahesh and the other is Ramesh. Okay. So Mahesh was wise and the Mahesh was foolish. Okay. Then Ramesh built his house on the rock. Okay. Then Ramesh built his house on the rock. Then where did the Mahesh build his house?
House on the sands.
Mahesh built his house on the sand. Okay. Now one day, suddenly it started raining heavily and was flooded everywhere. That time, Ramesh got to know that that house on the sand will wash away, will get washed away. So what he will say, what he will do? He will tell to that Ramesh, he will tell to Ramesh, okay, come to my house and stay with me. And he can help him out. This is the one way of our story. The other way, how we can write the story? Other way, how we can write the story? This is the one way. Second way, can they be friends? Can they be friends? Yes. So when the foolish man or when Mahesh wanted to build his house on the sand, the Ramesh will suggest him, oh, don't build your house on the sand. Build your house on the rock. Okay. So that's why Mahesh and Ramesh, they both build their houses on the rock. And when the rain tumbling down, that time they can save their houses. What is the moral of the story? Help one another or act wisely. This is the our story. We make this story. Okay. Now we will see the story. Can you see the picture?
Yes.
Who is there in the picture?
It's your
It's your turn. You're going to make the story. So, what do you see in this picture?
Rabbit and running.
Rabbit and
Turtle.
tortoise. Okay, rabbit and the tortoise. Okay, now you're going to make the story. Okay, now here I'm going to give you the
Story.
keywords. You're going to make it. I'm going to give you the keyword. The first we have written the name of the story, the rabbit and the tortoise. Now, who will make the sentence? Make the sentence.
Rabbit turtle.
Okay. Tortoise, or you can say tortoise, or you can say tortoise. Rabbit and tortoise. Make the sentence.
The rabbit and turtle.
And is tortoise.
Time to running.
Teacher,
Okay.
the rabbit best friend is tortoise.
Okay, now who will read it?
Once upon a time there was a rabbit and turtle.
Tortoise or tortoise. Okay, once upon a time. Okay, now next. Read two words.
Decide and race.
Decided and race. Okay, now make the sentence.
A rabbit said to turtle
Rabbit and tortoise decide
to a race.
Decided. Very good, very good. Acha, one day they decided to have a race.
To race.
One day they decided to have a race. Now who will read these keywords?
starting
Finishing point.
Starting, finishing point. Now make the sentence.
They choose a starting and a finishing point.
Okay, they choose a starting and a finishing point. Okay. Now.
Fast, slowly.
Okay, now make the sentence.
Very
The rabbit has running fast and tortoise is slowly.
Okay, now read the sentence.
Rabbit was running, but tortoise
was walking slowly.
Acha, rabbit was running, but tortoise was walking slowly. Okay, now.
Stop and rest.
No, not stop. Stop. Stop and rested.
rested.
Now make the sentence.
The rabbit
In between, rabbit stopped
and raced under the tree.
Acha, stopped and rested under the tree. Okay, now.
Walked.
reached.
Okay, no, reached. Walk and reached.
But
Walk reached.
Make the sentence. Make the sentence. Okay.
That's the teacher. Sentence.
No, you need to make the sentence. Oh, okay.
But tortoise walked
Continuously.
and reached the finishing point.
Okay. Good. Now the last one.
One.
Make the sentence. Make the sentence.
Won the race.
Very good.
The
Very
tortoise
nice.
is won the race.
Finally, the tortoise won the race. Okay, good. Story.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Slow and steady wins the race. Now we want to make our own story. Okay. So how you can change the end? Can we change the end? We know the story, okay? But we want to write our own story. We want to make our own story. How we can write our own story? Can we change the end? How we can change the end?
Old woman and young boy.
No, this story only. This story only.
टीचर टाटाच्या जागी रॅबिट टाकलं तर
अच्छा, रॅबिट टाकलं तर म्हणजे काय करायचं? ओके, I'll give you one clue. Okay. If tortoise choose skating, you know the skating? If tortoise choose skating sport, then what will happen? What will happen?
The turtle won the
Yeah.
race.
Here also he won the race. The tortoise won the race. But he walked very slowly. He walked very slowly.
Very
But if he used the skating board, he can go and reach the finishing point, and then also he can win the race. This is the one way of the changing the. Now the way आणखीन कोणती वेळ आपण बदलू शकतो? The other way, rabbit and tortoise can be friends. No? If they can be friends.
Ma'am, jumping race.
Huh?
Jumping race.
Jumping
race. Once upon a time, there rabbit and turtle lived same.
The end, the rabbit and tortoise became friends, and they didn't race. They became friends, and they didn't race. Also, the one way of the story. If you will change the end, when you will change the end, the story will be yours. You will be the author of the story. Okay? This way, you need to change your stories. You need to write your own stories. Okay? Now, next time, what you will do? Next time, what you will do? You will write your own stories. And you will write your own stories, and when next time, when we'll meet in this lesson, when we'll meet in this session, you will read the stories. Okay?
I read many stories.
New story. I want you to write your own stories.
Okay.
So there is one more surprise for you all. Okay, one more surprise for you all. Okay.
What, ma'am?
Yes. Can you see it?
Yes.
Can you see it? No?
Yes. Ma'am.
What is it?
Boy.
What is it?
Girl, boy.
Yes.
Girls, boys.
Girl?
No. These are boys and these are a girl.
Huh?
Boy.
Boy.
The boy.
Boy. Okay. This is the boy. And
Girl.
grandma. She is a grandma. And he is a boy. Then tell me, give me one name for this boy.
Ram.
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 Okay, Ram. Okay, fine. Ram. Okay. He is a boy. His name is Ram. Okay. His name is Ram. And she is grandma. So one day, Ram came from his school. And he was very upset. He was very upset, unhappy. So he was sitting very sadly because he didn't get good marks in his exam. He didn't get good marks in his exams. So he was very unhappy. He was very sad. He was very upset. So he was sitting sadly. That time, please mute your speakers, please now. Please. Mute your speakers. Okay. So he was sitting very sadly. That time, Grandpa came grandma came and she also sat beside him. And she gave him a pencil. She too gave him a pencil. That time, please mute your speakers, please. Good. She wanted to give a pencil to Ram. When Ram saw this pencil, he said, "No, Grandpa, I can't take this pencil because I didn't get good marks in my exams. I'm so sad today. I didn't get good marks in my exams, so I can't take this pencil." Then what Grandma said? Grandma said, "Ram, why you are thinking so much about your marks? I saw you studying. You gave your 100%. You studied a lot. So don't think much about your marks. Just look at this pencil. You are just like this pencil." Then Ram said, How? How I am just like this pencil? Then Grandma said, "See, when we sharpen the pencil, it is very painful experience for the pencil. But when we sharpen it, that time only we can write very smoothly." The same way, when you studied a lot and you didn't get good marks, so forget about the marks. But you learn a lot, you gain good knowledge. The thing, what you learned, don't think much about the marks. Okay, that's why I said you are just like this pencil. When you'll take pain for study, then you'll definitely get success. And you studied. Still you didn't get good marks, but you studied. You learned a lot. So be happy. Next time you will definitely get success. Then what did Ram do? Ram took the pencil and said, "Thank you, Grandma. I will take this pencil and I'll study again. And next time I'll definitely get good marks." Grandma smiled. This is the end of the story. What is the moral of the story?
What is the moral of the story?
Tell me, what will be the moral of the story? What we learn from this story? Hmm. No pain, no gain. Na? No
Only
pain, no
pencil.
gain.
No gain.
Or try till you get success.
Good marks.
Okay. आपण सतत प्रयत्न करत राहिला तर काय होईल आपल्याला आपोआप सक्सेस मिळेल. When you write your own stories, first time you may not write good stories, but when you try and try and try, one day definitely you can write good stories. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So next time when my lesson will be there, I'll ask you at least one story, your one story. Be the author. Okay. Did you like the lesson?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you going to write your own stories?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you like these puppets?
Yes,